So while we buy, buckle up for these jewels that we giving up, peace and love with some prosperity. Demi and K dropping heat while bringing clarity. Yeah.
Okay, so boom. It's Demi and K, ratchet and classy, but we dropping jewels. These words gon' stick, help you a little, but there's no room.
Not one.
Temperature check, this shit getting hot, cause we got food. Yeah, we dropping jewels, cause we dropping jewels. Demi and K, we dropping jewels.
Hell yeah, we dropping
Jewels. Spitting them every day. Jewels.
Eloquent evening, goddess and goddesses. It's your girl Jay, also known as Jay Demi, and I'm here with the best co-host with
It's your girl K Vex, and I'm here with my gorgeous sis Demi, and we're here to drop another jewel for you. As you can see, we have another special guest here today.
the motherfucking ghost himself. She said ghost, bitch. I said ghost. This nigga said he gonna be here and he don't shut the fuck up ever. This nigga said he was coming so many times and he was in the fucking spirit. Okay? But here now. If you didn't know, it's my motherfucking bro, Kelly Z. The King of Interesting Network. I think this topic is really great. Because I think so many people have this and they don't know it.
Read them for Phil.
How Drake said, trust issues.
Whoa.
Trust issues. Trust issues, bitch. Trust issues. Do you got them? Do I got them? I don't know. Maybe I got them.
I do. They right at the door.
100%.
Big ass sign. I don't trust you.
First of all, why y'all so fucking confident saying that? Why you so comfortable saying you got trust? You know, because most people are not comfortable exploiting or exuding or showing their flaws, and clearly it's called an issue because it's a problem, right? Why y'all so comfortable saying that?
Hot. No. Honest, open, and transparent. I can't be no other way. That's integrity for me.
Me, everybody be lying, man. So you gotta kind of prove to me that you trustworthy. You feel me? And I'm just Kevin Harris. I mean Kevin Easy. I mean both. You feel me? So I don't trust you. You gotta earn it.
I think I'm getting better with my trust issues because I am adult enough to understand now that a lot of my trust issues come from my own experiences. The problem I feel like lies when I'm trying to put it in a certain person where maybe my experiences weren't with that person. So now at that point, you kind of robbing that person of an opportunity or giving them a bigger platform to prove themselves to you. Like just to kind of give an example, Kev has known me since I was a fucking young boy. Me and him got the same last name, and I was the biggest girl in elementary school, and he was the biggest nigga in elementary school. So niggas just assumed we was brother and sister because we was both big as fuck, and we had the same last name. So this nigga was my twin before we decided we was twins, because bitch society said,
Y'all related.
that gotta be your brother. Bitch, you taller than every bitch. He taller than every nigga.
At the time.
And
They got tall.
yeah, you're right. Sorry, making you second guess. I feel like with some of the friends that I've had, as long as I have had my friendship with Kevin, those relationships created trust issues when it came to friends for me. So when I met Kayla, right, Kayla showed me a friendship that I wasn't used to seeing.
I'm not gonna fraud your YouTube for me.
I'm glad because I swear to you, I promise I wouldn't have thought that. And that's because I feel like Kayla has taught me how to be a friend. But I will say from the very beginning, she gave me a certain type of love, respect, and energy that I didn't get from any of my other friends. So it was easy, and I'm not talking about you, bro. I'm talking about female. Like, when it comes to your female friends, because for me, in general, like, a guy friend, either you're my brother or you're not my friend. There's really no friend place for a man.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
either
them
I'm
lines.
in a relationship with you or you the homie.
Yeah,
No in between.
And it's really, the homie is hard to say because I feel like that's a spot where you can easily blur the lines. Like, my brothers are my brothers, and those really the only male relationships that still stand is people that you feel me, consider to a certain extent, and put you in that place where you're my brother. So, like, when I talk about friends, I'm most of the time not talking about men, because my friendships come from women, but what I will say is my friendships that I can consider true friendships are really sisterhoods.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, it's not really a friendship. So at the same time, it's like friendship don't exist in my world really at all, unless I guess that's what people consider an associate.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm saying.
what
Like, no,
heavy on it.
but hold on.
Heavy on
Bitch, I got sisters, blood sisters that ain't even associates. Okay, so if we gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. So trust issues come from my experiences with these friends, right? But having multiple experiences with Kayla and seeing a more supportive, more positive, more willing friend that also knows how to be a great friend to me, that allowed me the comfortability to be the best friend that I could be. And that taught me that I'm actually a better friend than I have been being to people that were my homies since yay high. You feel?
And it's wild.
Like, I've been in 15 fist fights. Only 3 of them was about me or my kids or my family. So that's 12 times that I went blow for blow with a bitch or a nigga over another bitch. I've never went blow for blow over you. But that's no. Here's the thing.
Front yard, though.
No. Here's the thing, though. But that's to me where value comes in. Because there's plenty of times you've had situations where I probably would have beat a bitch ass. But you bring it to me in a way that's like, I'm gonna bring it to you when it's handled. I ain't gonna bring it to you when it's hot.
I just respect you enough where I just feel like I'm not gonna bring no drama to your front door unless I can handle it.
I'm waiting for her to bring it. I'm waiting for it.
It is not.
I'm waiting for a reason.
It's just like,
to step for my bitch. I just want everybody to know that. So don't give her a reason. Because the day she decided to bring, listen, 15 fist fights, bitch. I ain't lost one yet.
I was that
girl.
Is that
what you want?
Like, I was the same girl that you
right.
were.
You was the protector.
Protecting everybody. Like, you're not going to be talking to my homie that way. And then I learned that even if I valued someone as a 10 level or 6 level friend, I was a level 2 or 4 for them. So then I had to learn discernment and adjusting my friendships accordingly. And with that, I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. Oh, Yelise and Ever, like the 3 women that really taught me that it's okay to be vulnerable in relationships with women despite my trust issues. And for me, that is really, really important because a lot of times I feel like I don't have the vulnerability where I can talk to anyone about like the deep stuff that you're going through in the moment. And like with you specifically, like I could come to you and be like, yo, I don't know if I want to live today.
Right.
Like not being dark, but like I'm in a hole that
it could be that dark though.
I'm in a hole that I don't see myself pulling out of. And when I say like genuine friendship where you pray for me, you pull up. Like for me it mattered. Like from experiencing you, I realized that like your friends, if they really care about you, they gonna show up through no matter what you're going through, no matter what the distance, no matter what the circumstance. And I value that because not everybody does that.
Yeah. So could you have friendship without trust?
No.
Damn! You couldn't be friends with somebody, so you can't consider somebody a friend that you might have to monitor what you guys say around?
No. You associate high and by, keep it pushing.
That's hard for me. Like, that's hard to settle with me because then that means that I'm right in only saying right now that I have 2 or 3 friends.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to say you can't. Because there's a lot of fake friends out here.
You said you can.
Yeah, it's a lot of fake friends. They don't really trust you like that.
Right, and I feel like fake friends. But I feel like fake friends, like people that are like comfortable and okay with being fake, are maybe they're happier. Are fake people happier than like people with
say that? Maybe they're just so comfortable being in their toxicity that they don't see an escapism for them to grow in an opportunity to build a connection with somebody else.
I'm gonna take it a step further. I think friends are fake.
I want to hear your take on that and why.
But maybe I can agree because I might be a fake friend. I've been told I was a fake friend, but I'm gonna let you take this.
Look,
down.
I say fake.
Friends
I say
are
friends
fake.
are fake, right? Because in the beginning, you're pretty much faking so y'all can kind of like
get to know each other and build trust.
And you gotta, really for men, a lot
Hold on,
of niggas
wait.
be
Let
lying.
me clarify that because y'all that's not from Jersey, y'all might not know when he say Angel. Can you define that?
And what?
Gelling.
Gel? Alright,
Yeah,
A lot of people don't know what gelling is.
Let me say something different.
It's okay. Like that's why I said. Let me.
That your friend was in jail. And,
No, I knew. That's why I
You
said.
got
Let me
friends in jail,
explain.
but-
Right.
Free the homies. But
It's like playing with you. It's like playing on you. It's like playing you. It's like using you to my disposal. Like we
Oh, so they
joking.
joking
We
with
joking,
you.
but the joke's on you. Like bitch. Oh, you think you cute as shit with them glasses on? Bitch is out here looking like the spaceship. Like I'm on some hating shit, but not hating
I got
shit.
you.
it don't
But
even
like,
gotta be that extreme for real.
right, but I'm just saying, like it could be real. But that's what I'm saying. Like I could not be meaning any harm to you, but I could be meaning harm to you. So it's the deciphering it. That's the fucked up part. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like,
crazy that
oh,
you
maybe
said
you
it.
joking with me, but then like maybe you not.
Because somebody from Philly would be like, no, bitch, what the fuck you mean? Like,
They would catch it. They would
What
catch
you
it and
mean?
check it.
Right.
But when you talking about New York, North Jersey, and you talking about even going to Baltimore, DC, they use that term as like, bitch, I could be playing with you, but I really could be throwing shade and shots too. But like, we could key together. Like,
nah, no offense. Prerequisite before I let my bro do what he do. Any friend that's willing to throw a joke at you, knowing that it's shit,
At
is
your
not really a
expense?
friend. And that's somebody that either you're gonna keep close because you know they
And
want
that's
some
me.
out of pocket shit, or you're gonna distance yourself because you know that they have the possibility to be your 13 reason to go to jail.
and I will say that's my female take on the term gelling, because it could mean something completely different than niggas. That's why when you said it, I'm like, some people might not have never heard it. Some people got their own interpret. When you say it, what you mean?
Look, fuck that. Let me just keep it. Right? Y'all got it. Y'all got like 3 minutes of explanation on gel. If y'all don't know what it is, it's basically like what she said. But
As long as I was right. As long as I was right.
They pulling your chain. They think that you fucking dumb when you're not really dumb.
Kind of like roasting. Like if you not from a hood and you've never seen how hood niggas and hood bitches like they talk, they do they shit, they do they want to. And to you, it would probably be the equivalent of roasting. Like you would think you getting teased or picked on, and nigga just yelling with you, and you should gel back. But like everybody,
That's how you
not
know
into-
you're a real one.
everybody not into that shit though. Like some niggas might punch you for gelling on me. Like bitch, I will knock you the fuck out. Like we're laughing, but I will really beat you the fuck up in here. Like.
let me speak for like how men go about things, right? Like friends for men, like homies and shit. In the beginning, that shit fake as hell. You feel me? Because if you just a fly on the wall, and you hear
So
a
being
group of
open
niggas
is being
talking.
fake?
No, listen. You hear niggas openly talking. A lot of them niggas is lying. You feel me? There's a whole bunch of
Cap.
Big cat.
wars, like guys like to talk about war stories. A lot of them niggas
Niggas
is
be
lying.
flexing.
Yeah.
Niggas is
That's a good
flexing.
word.
And niggas is flexing.
You know
Oh, you flexing because you want clout right now. You want me to fuck with you.
And that's the beginning.
Or be
right?
scared of you.
That's the
One or
beginning.
two.
A little deeper. Y'all get a little more cool. They might still be fake because they scared to tell you no. They scared to tell you about yourself. You know what I mean? They adjust themselves to
Fit your.
to fit you. Like if you the top dog, everyone knows who the alpha dog is in the group. There's a lot of people around the alpha.
You think so?
Most definitely. You could read the
Oh.
Yeah, a little bit later, y'all might get a little more cool, but they still faking. They still faking the funk. Like they trying to adjust themselves to be like, all right, I can hang with this guy. They might lie. They might say they don't really like some shit, but they'll do it just because the big homie doing it. You feel me? It's a lot of fake shit. But
It's
taking a
always
little
a
bit
but.
longer, y'all start fucking with each other even more. Y'all no longer friends.
So now it's real.
Y'all
Now
no
y'all
longer
brothers.
friends. Y'all family.
Alright.
And that's the real shit. You feel me? That's
So
what
to
I'm
you,
saying.
so really,
Friends is fake.
so we being real, right? To you, the same way I pretty much explain that to me. Friends is either
family or
family or not. You're family or you're nothing, pretty much. It's kind of the same for you.
Yeah.
Like when we talking about friends, like if I really say you a friend, you gotta basically be a brother, because otherwise you're not even a friend, because I don't trust that level of communication. Friendship is like a false level of communication to you. Like there's no loyalty really due, so it's not even right. Am I understanding you right?
Yeah.
Because that's how I feel. Like my friends are disposable. Like my friend, like you're a friend. I didn't call you a sister, and I got wife, mistress, and baby mom tatted on me. You know, as much as shit grow apart, those titles belong to people. You feel me? Those are people in my life that were equivalent to what I would have seen to be, you know, people that were never gonna disappear, but were friends. Saying you was my friend wasn't enough. But I feel like that ties into, again, trust issues, because it's like, eventually, like I was kind of touching on, I had my character questions. So if you are a person, and I feel like that's just like if I was dating somebody, I'm dating somebody for 15 years, right? We are in a relationship. I feel like you know me. You know what I'm saying? If somebody come to you and ask you about my character, and you give the whatever your explanation of my character is, if somebody knows you've been with me for 15 years, they're gonna believe you, right? Because you've seen it, you lived it, you was there. So that's the best voucher of your character. So when that person says, "Oh nah, you malicious. Oh nah, you was trying to hurt me. Oh nah, you was a liar. Oh, you a fake ass bitch," and they run to the, you feel me? They talking to the next motherfucker about you. It's like, damn. So why was you with me for 15 years? Every year you thought I was a liar? Like, you get what I'm saying? So for me, it's like that. My trust issues when it comes to friendships lie in the fact that people will take a situation and your choices in that moment and stretch that across everything they know about you, which I think is bullshit, because everything else I've done for 15 years should stand higher than what my back might have been against the wall to decide in that moment. That's where my trust issue lies when it comes to friends. And I feel like my trust issues with my parents is the reason I have trust issues with friends. It's the reason I got trust issues with niggas. It's the reason I got trust issues with random bitches. It's the reason why I got a problem with the bitch that make my coffee every morning across the street. Bitch, I'm expecting you to fuck up. Let me lay it all out for you. And then watch you fuck up. Because I'm gonna watch, you gonna fuck up. I'm gonna watch you do it.
So that means that at the core, your trust is earned. It's not given freely.
Absolutely. And that's something I'm working on, because I think that's wrong.
And I'm the complete opposite. I give you trust, but the moment that you fuck up, or to the caliber where I'm like, oh no, I gotta question you, now you gotta earn my trust back.
Bitch, it don't exist. You first of all, if I invite you into my house, that means I think I can trust you. But until you show me you not a motherfucker that I should put shit past, I don't put shit past you.
That's why.
Like, I know you a bitch that I should put shit past. For instance, this is why if I message you today and you don't answer till next Sunday, I ain't gonna be mad at you.
Vice versa.
But certain bitches, if I fucking message you today, bitch, and you don't respond till Sunday, why you hitting me back? You giving me a reason to give you grace. I know you not trying to be shady. You show me that. You show me if you're not responding, it's because you're working on you and nothing to do with me. So therefore, with you, I can trust that. But the next bitch, you don't get the same grace.
But the fucked up part is that on the caliber of that, I'm taking that grace for granted because I could have just communicated, sis, I saw your text. I'm going through something right now. I gotta handle something.
But you
right
do
now.
so much as far as building the trust in other areas. I don't need that. They don't have to be communicated. I understand that.
I appreciate
But a
it.
person where
I
that's
got
not
told the opposite. Like,
nah,
you
like
don't know
a
how to
person
communicate, and I need you to communicate.
like I got
I'm
like
okay,
I love
I
Teresa.
got
Shout
you.
out to her. Like that's my other rider. Like, but I know I ain't gonna. You feel me? Like now, if she leave me on fucking red, I know. Like, bitch, hold on. You don't ignore me. Like, bitch, lead by motherfucking example. Bitch, you don't ignore me. So are you okay? Cause bitch, I'm gonna assume the fucking worst if you don't get back to my ass. Cause you got shit, but you communicate differently. And I feel like that's what it is too. I try to give people what I feel like they need, and I try to meet people where they are. Feel me?
I say vice versa, but I think that too, the key part in with your friends is learning their love style and their communication style.
But we just saying just friends, but that goes back to lovers too.
Yeah,
Cause you teach people how to you teach
you
people
just
how
gotta
to treat you.
Okay.
Like, you feel me?
Slay.
Love, all that. Like, you, even if I'm in a romantic situation, I'm going, like,
I don't know. I know the trust is real when people that are closest to me got to not only experience me in intimate moments, but also got to experience me with my family. I keep my family like, you initiated, this might sound like a call, but you know that you in for real.
You're
and, like,
in for
you
real.
experienced my parents because like disregarding the relationship that I have with my parents, I cherish them so much. So like if you've never met my parents, you're not that close to me because like I value their opinion of people. Like they know that like I'm gonna go against the grain, but I'm not gonna choose people that disrupt me being able to look straight forward. So if you meet my parents, that means that like, no, we in this for life. Like I will literally give you my kidney.
okay. What's your biggest trust issue in a relation, and when it comes to relationships? Romantic, bitch. We just talked about friendships. And why? Because I feel like there's always a why, right? Always a
See, like in a relationship, I don't really got no crazy opinion on trust issues in a relationship because I'll get out of it if I got it. I'm not wasting that.
So you're not even willing to work with somebody. What if something
Now,
you're dealing with is the
we was
reason?
fully committed. You feel me? Like we committed to this shit. We can overcome.
Well,
problems.
hold up. What the fuck is the difference if you're in a relationship with them? Then you're committed. No.
Not all the time.
How are you in a relationship? See, this is my problem with you niggas. This is my fucking.
It ain't just the dudes because some women are in a relationship with a man because
This
of
my problem.
by.
Fuck that, Kayla. This my problem with you niggas. Okay? How the fuck you in a relationship?
It's not really a relationship. It's like
It's a situationship.
yeah.
But they telling you I'm in a relationship with you, but I'm still thinking about the girl that I was with 3
Well,
years
bitch,
ago.
stop playing with me. And, bitch, don't call this a relationship. Because the second you mention the bitch from 3 years ago,
They're not gonna mention it to you.
nigga, if you
But
going
you
out the
never
front door,
pick
I'm
up
going out
on
the
it.
back. I feel like I keep telling you all that. But if you're going out the front door, I'm going out the back. So what nigga,
Look.
our open relationship? Is that what we talking about?
You know how some people
Our
like
open relationship?
some people like, did you catch it? Not everybody catch it. That's the only way I can tell you. Not everybody catch it.
But that's crazy to me. Like, I feel like that's fucking extreme.
But that's a conversation in the beginning though. So if you confused in the middle of the shit, that's your fault.
I gotta slap you up on that one.
Nigga, what if you're intentionally confusing me?
Well, guess what? Your discernment ain't up.
It's
You don't believe in source, and you can't read the fucking room.
You just getting played.
And then the crazy part that gets me is that they'll think like,
No,
how could you
no,
play me?
fuck
They
that.
knew they was getting
Bitch,
played.
go back to episode 1,
They knew
season
they was
1,
getting played.
and learn how to be real. Cause, bitch, if you dealing with a nigga like that,
No.
bitch, tell me you got multiple relationships.
Because it's women and it's guys that can
I
be
keep
real,
it
right?
I don't
But that delusion, I didn't see a delusion make a fucking think that they stupid.
But even if you keep it up front, like if you keep it real up front,
Bitches
a
will
lot of
let you do.
people don't care.
Bitches will. I was gonna say,
Delusion.
bitches will.
Delusion.
Here's the thing, and I say this to my boyfriend all the time. There's no need for you to lie to a bitch to play her.
If you think
She will accept the truth and still choose to deal with you, nigga. But this is like, bitch. If a nigga don't even. Bitches don't care if you gonna play their game as long as you play it enough to comfort them. Then they gonna play with you.
I'm being completely honest with you. Guys are very simple.
They
They
are.
work it
It's the
out
bitches that's
for you.
complicated, but it's because here's the thing. The problem is everybody trying to play games,
I don't even think it's that.
and niggas not good at it. That's what I think.
I don't even think it's that. A guy will tell you what's up with it from the jump, and if he don't tell you what's up from the jump, when you get that temperature check-in, he gonna let you know what's up. Us as women holding accountability, we will say, you know what, I'm gonna agree to this knowing that I don't really agree to this because I feel like I'm the girl that can change his heart. Knowing that
Right,
he's
that's the
100%
bullshit.
upfront, his actions has proved it, the way that he thinks and move around in a relationship has proven that.
But then that puts
everything.
But for me,
and then I get mad. Why?
Right, I was gonna say that's my problem, because that man did his part. He was honest. You can't tell somebody how to love. You can't tell somebody what's gonna make them happy. You can't tell somebody what they're willing to settle for. So this brings me back, and I know I've been talking a whole lot about Krishan and Blueface, but this brings me back to them, because him and I don't. We see what we see as far as their relationship, but him and the bitch Jaden, they have an understanding. They have something that was discussed long before the fame and the fucking clout, and that's why she's playing her role. Which could even take it back to, because a lot of people be like, yo, why people relationships not lasting? Oh, people was more faithful back in the day. No, bitch, there was just no fucking iPhones to take pictures when your nigga was out with Lucille last night instead of being at Bible study.
They deal with that shit back in the day.
It wasn't being done on display for the world to see.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, you
situation
might be dealing with Sally on Tuesdays, you know, when I'm out of town that week, because you feel me, I do my work shit. But Sally ain't going to fucking Instagram and tell 80 million people 20 years ago, bitch, Sally ain't had that ability. Bitch, Sally's circle was as big as Sally's circle and as much as her phone would reach. And it didn't reach that far because the bitch couldn't remember that many damn fucking numbers to dial. Now this shit is just there.
That's why I think it's also so whack, like when someone dies and then all the hoes come out the woodworks like, oh, I was with him the other day, blah, blah. We know this already. But you got yourself looking all types of crazy to prove that you love this man, knowing that he had 6 and 7 different women. Why would you want to put yourself through that circumstance? I'm sorry, but there's just certain things that, like, I would never agree with.
I think a lot of women
Bitch, don't
challenge.
Child, this is not Simba's pride. This is not Mustafa.
Lion King was popular.
It does not work that way, okay? You look like a fool. You look like Scar. You look like you lost your goddamn mind. That's what you look like to the world. And everybody's going to tune in because it's drama. But at the end of the day, you look like It the Clown. So instead of you wanting to look like It the Clown, Silencia.
Because normally, like I said, I cut, like if I have trust issues, I'm cutting that shit off early. But I'm trying to think.
But then they come later. Sometimes they come later. Yeah.
But you
I'm
have
all
that
in,
conversation.
and
like,
a little bit later,
you be like,
I start having trust
I think it's worse.
I
Bitch,
start
if I trust you in the
hold
beginning,
on.
you fucked it up.
Hold on, because it's real. If you in that shit late, you start to have trust issues late, you might get a little depressed. Because you don't know what to do. He's like, yo, did I waste my time with this person? Like
child,
10 years?
speak on it.
5 years? However
Speak
long
on
years?
it.
I don't
You
think.
know what I mean? It's like, yo, do I stay because of the image? Do
Don't
I
settle.
stay because, you feel me? Like,
Okay, so let me ask this question, right? Because we talking about trust issues here, right?
Mm-hmm.
We done went real deep, and we done basically talked about surface level. Like, bitch, you don't trust you out. Feel me? Because once you get too deep, it's pretty much too late, right? That's pretty much what you're saying. Like,
that's the feeling.
essentially,
That's
like
the
that's
feeling.
it.
It's not too late, but
So-
that's the feeling you had.
For me, right?
Because you invested a lot.
It then becomes the question of, if, like, are there levels to trust issues? Because, like, right? Okay, let's say I'm with somebody, right? And I know that this motherfucker can't not get paid and fucking spend $50 on motherfucking lottery tickets, right? Maybe we ain't got $50 for lottery tickets, it's paycheck, but this nigga gonna do it every time, right?
That's mad.
But
fucking lottery ticket.
it is, but
And that's mad.
but you like what you like, and we talking about, like, let's be real. We talking about a small amount of money here, $50. That's 2 meals if you got a family of 3.
This nigga funny, man.
You feel me?
That's
Like, that's 3 meals if it's a
A lot
family.
of money to some niggas.
It is. No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's a lot of money,
That's-
depending on where you are. But then also, it's enough to be substantial, but then also enough for somebody to overlook it. You get what I'm saying?
And it can make or break whether or not you can afford groceries this week.
Right. But that's the difference between going out to get a drink tonight with friends or not. You get what I'm saying? So, although it could be big, if you got other priorities that are more important, it could be big. It could also be small, right? So maybe you're not spending it when we're down to our last 50. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're spending it
Oh,
off rip.
y'all on y'all last 50
Yeah,
to get the
not
lottery tickets.
not
That's
even
crazy.
not even on the
That's
last 50.
crazy,
You
my
got
nigga.
no.
That's
I'm saying every time my partner get paid, they get paid every 2 weeks. Every time they get paid, I know this motherfucker gonna spend at least $50 in lottery tickets, and we done talked about it. We done had, you feel me? And here's the thing, maybe every other thing is in alignment with this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then right, but then you feel like, okay, I can look over it, right? But then this 1 week that they spent the $50, you had bills. Y'all had bills.
And y'all
Where it got,
short on the
and
light
now
bill.
you don't got the $50 for groceries last week, so it became a bigger issue than it really was. But you also know the devil you lay with every night. Maybe at the top of the week before they got paid, you said, I'm gonna have a conversation with my partner and tell him I need that 50. But then he did what he always do, because he know that I make a way anyway. You know what I'm saying? So bad judgment, bad decisions. But do I then say I don't trust you because you made that decision?
No, it just showed me that you're not disciplined. So now we gotta teach the lesson of how to be disciplined in other ways that it doesn't affect the family.
And once like that,
The
that's not
discipline
enough.
is learned.
And they keep
Yeah.
it
You gotta
going.
go.
That's when the trust issues come into play.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Oh damn! We had this conversation.
Multiple
you still
times.
doing this shit?
And I'm not repeating it 3
Yeah,
times.
I can't even tell you how much
Twice,
I make
let's
no
say.
more.
Like, bitch, I can't even tell you what I'm getting because you about to spend it.
But I'm not gonna lie, you spend $50 on lottery tickets and you don't get that 50 back, you ass. Just stop.
See, and I think it's
Stop.
this way. If that's
Switch
the
the FanDuel.
30% of you investing in yourself, like if
Right,
it's
that's
30%
all you do.
that
Like,
makes you happy, I'm not mad.
Do it.
Because you could be doing other things. You could be buying feet pictures on the black market. You could be doing all this other stuff. But you just buying a lottery ticket trying to get a bigger
pictures.
bag.
nah, I ain't gonna lie. I thought about like putting my toes up on some shit with some syrup over the little furry blanket real quick.
That's one of my biggest lies though. I be like, yo, I'm gonna put my, but people be believing it 'cause my feet is fire. You feel me? Shout out to my feet and shit. Size 13 year. You feel me?
It's
Like,
wild because when it comes to like social media, I just think that like there is a potential that if I ever have kids, this can be traced back to me. So I'm like very cautious about what I put out. Very cautious about
Fuck
what
that!
I say and engage with.
I will put my
Like,
feet out doing anything.
I don't want a Kim K moment. Like I don't want my kid to be like
Bitch,
12 or
Kim
13
K my
like
feet. Bitch, Kim
mommy,
K my feet.
like you became famous because you had a sex tape. Like I want to avoid having that conversation completely.
well, is that a difficult conversation now?
Right, it's not.
I think it's not, but that's just where my integrity lies. I do things that I can't, like, it is in alignment with my integrity, and the moment that it's not, I'm not doing it.
See, and that's because you connected with the one upstairs.
With
You're
the
supposed
source.
to be right.
You- this ain't a religious podcast, but if you ain't connected to the one up there, then
What about trust issues with your parents? Anybody you got trust issues with your parents?
I-
I got trust issues with mine.
I don't, and unfortunately, I lost my parents. You feel me?
Rest in peace.
No, I'm lying. I take it
Both
back.
big fat.
Mommy, I love you. You on my
And
arm.
mommy.
You on my
Yeah.
arm. But I didn't trust my mom with my money. I ain't have trust issues with my pops because I felt like I was just a smaller version. Well, I was talking about that, but like I was a smaller version of him. So it's like I trusted everything he did. You know what I mean?
Big cabbies.
Yeah, you feel me? So it was like whatever he did was right to me. You know, my mom, like I said, it was money and shit. That's where my trust. But you know, I'm tight with bread anyway.
Okay, so I definitely have trust issues because of my parents, and what I will say is those trust issues definitely carry into my adult relationships. I'm grateful for the way in which God made my parents so opposite, because what I'm not getting from one parent, the other parent is giving me, and I wasn't raised by either one of my parents. Shout out to my grandmother, the Jewel, the original Jewel.
I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry.
What?
I gotta say this shit. Shout out to my son, you feel me? He got my hands and feet. We strong with them genetics, you heard? We gonna have nice hands and feet. That's what we gonna do. But go ahead, you know.
Not fuck with it. But yeah, I feel like I wasn't raised by either one of them. So there's a lot of environmental ways that I am my grandmother. But what I will say when it comes to trust,
She's fire.
the trust issues that I have, even though one parent may be like beating those trust issues down for me, The other parent is making my trust issues stronger by creating a problem I can't solve. Or creating a problem where I gotta belittle or degrade me in some aspect, way, shape, or form in order for us to work, and for me that's not good enough. So what I will say is my trust issues with my parents created a protection and a curse. I'm gonna tell y'all the protection and the curse. My ability to cut someone off is a protection. Cause bitch, you crossed the boundary, and if you didn't see episode 2, season 1, go back, bitch. We talked about boundaries. So if you crossing one of my boundaries, to me, that's a reason for me to cut you off. Just 2 episodes ago, when we had the conversation about love and money, my non-negotiables are a reason for you to go. Most people can't cut people that they love off like that. Like, that's weird. Like, that's like a person feels like if you would cut me off, you must not love me.
That's not the case. I had enough.
Right, but some people believe that. If you could live without me, you don't love me. And now here's the thing. I have to say I struggle with that a little bit, because as a mother myself, my kids could walk away from me today, right now, in this very fucking instance, and I'ma chase them motherfuckers, and I'ma chase them every day. You could keep hanging up on me every day. I'ma call you every day. You could tell me I hurt you every day, and I'm going to tell you I'm sorry every day. You could tell me you hate me every day, and because I'm a mom first, I love you every day, right? But at the same time, and my parents have also taught me how to cut somebody off that you love dearly. So that's why when certain niggas have said certain things, yeah, I love you to death, I'll lay my life down for you. But nigga, you ain't going to smack me because you mad. And high off perks and been drinking lean all night. Bitch, I'm not one of them.
Drugs definitely cause trust issues, but
they do.
And they mess up your
they make you unreliable
perception of reality.
Yeah.
Because you could think that somebody's
Don't
trying
do
to
drugs.
kill you or
rob
you, and the
how do
whole
we get
time
on
they're
drugs?
trying to make sure you're okay.
Don't do drugs. A lot of the trust issues I have with certain people is because of their substance abuse issues. Like, you can't manage that, and you're leaning so hard on that, and you become somebody I can't trust once you're under that. I've had relationships with certain people where I couldn't deal with them when you were.
It's crazy that y'all talking about trust issue with parents. So, like, on the receiving end, right? I grew up in a 2-parent household. My level of
God bless.
God bless them.
Trust
They do the same shit we
with
do.
parents.
The only
No,
difference is they get to see all the both sides of everybody's bullshit.
It's not even that. My parents taught me through not being able to be open, honest, and transparent that privacy is so important. Because I could have a conversation with my mother and then my dad know. And I was talking to you. So my trust was, if I'm not having a conversation with somebody and there's likelihood that it can go into 5 other different people's mouths, I'm not going to tell you where I'm at that point. Because at the end of the day, if it's not something that I want the whole world to know, no one's going to know.
Yeah.
And it's like messed up because you could go through really traumatic stuff and you feel like you can't trust the
That's
other
fucked up.
person.
It is fucked up.
Because of the mere fact that you know that they're not only going to have a conversation with you, but they're going to have a conversation about you with people that you don't feel safe with.
All
So
right.
with that, I learned that if I can't value you as a person that I can personally trust, and that you won't tell my business, then I'm not going to tell you anything about you. I'll keep it surface level.
I'm the same way.
I had trust issues that was built by my relationships with friends that couldn't be honest with their parents.
So they were like,
And
basically.
And I had a relationship with my grandmother where I could be honest with her about anything. So times where I had friends that were finding out they had STDs, deciding whether or not they wanted to have sex, finding out they're pregnant, deciding if they're going to get abortions, all things that they biological parents didn't know about. They were sitting in my living room with my grandma talking to her about it. And her trying to explain to them why they should tell their parents, even though their parents may react wrong, and what she's willing to do or what I can do. Like, and that led for me to be the person, like, I'd rather be an advocate than to be a tattletale.
Shout out to Grandma Jewel, man. She let me be on the couch at 6 in the morning, man.
Listen.
Shout out to her, man.
Listen.
I wish. My mom is the complete opposite. Like, I have to go
But
to
that
her
made me...
because she will have a dream and you be like, I never said anything to you. Like, you that tapped in the source that you know.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I'm just like, listen, I done did this. And before it come back to you in any way that it comes, I'm just going to let you know.
Listen,
this is where we at.
I could have not came home to my grandmother and told her that I was pregnant when I was 16. Instead of it being me and her riding it out the whole way, it could have just been me riding it out. Instead of me feeling comfortable enough to tell her so I could go to the doctor and get what I needed as far as my baby being okay, I could have not went to the doctor and I could have got sick, my baby could have died, I could have been, whatever the case might have been. You get what I'm saying? Or maybe I would have made the wrong decision for myself. That trust issue I had, it didn't come from my own experiences firsthand. It came from secondhand experiences I had, which lead me to now want to be the safe space. The trust issues that was created secondhand for me definitely alter my behaviors as a grown-ass woman and the moves that I take when it comes to my children, because I don't want them to have issues that I saw secondhand. Right?
Do you think that it's a thing as being too trusting?
Yeah, absolutely. Because some people will take advantage of you. And that's where you need to, it's only a certain extent that you're supposed to worry about that, because everybody uses everybody to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
I think people that's too trusting, I think that's like a test from like
God.
I don't even want to say a test from God. I think that's like the devil putting you up to. It's like, yeah, take advantage of this person. And it's up to you
To
to
choose.
be like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
That's kind of like with Kayla. She was so giving when we first met. Like, I didn't know her from a can of paint. If I couldn't afford my meals, she was covering it. If I didn't have money to go out, she was covering it. No, but
You say that, but I also did not do that for everybody. It was a level of discernment that I saw in you. I was like, she good for it.
But
even if she not good for it, I know that we good.
Right. But for me, on the other end, it was definitely a question. It was presented to you like, you fuck with her enough to give it back to her. You fuck with her enough to not just abuse it because you know she gonna look out for you. Like, how much do you value everything she's putting in? Like, do you really see the effort? And for me, that
you didn't come off that way though.
I'm glad. Bitches is never to be fucked up. But when somebody is giving and nice, you're, like you said, you're always presented with the option. Like you said, that's the devil or maybe even God testing you to see where you at. Like, yo, what's your choice? I got somebody that's gonna give you the world. Are you gonna do right by them?
I don't know.
Seeing your genuinity and friendship allowed me to see how I should be comfortable being a friend to all my friends in every situation.
That's crazy.
And I should feel comfortable in that, but I don't. But I should, you know?
It's just crazy that you even thought about that, because from the first instinct, I'm like, yo, like, this is somebody that, like, I really value. So, like, for me, when I value, I'm investing in. Whether I get a return on that or not, I don't care. Because
I've had that, but it's another thing when you have that and then someone does something to take from you. It's like, I'm not even expecting you to pour back into my pot, but you're trying to take beyond what I'm even giving you now. And you're in this malicious intent behind it, because here's the thing. If you're going to keep taking and never want to give, that's malicious intent.
I agree.
Period.
But I also don't give. I feel like both of us don't give with the intent of getting something back.
Absolutely. But you were able to take something that was really a hindrance, because it allowed me to have a wall up. Where now I'm trying not to have the wall up in the beginning and just give, and then you'll show me how to treat you as a friend in general. You know what I'm saying?
It's just crazy that you say that, because in that aspect of how you felt like you grown through that, I feel like I've grown in being able to be vulnerable, because I never let people too close. So it's like equal reciprocal.
Absolutely.
Of growing through issues that we both had, and being able to be like, you know what, this is a teachable moment. I'm good now. Like,
you know, I went years talking about how I was never spending $100+ on a fragrance for myself. Bitch, I would go get body sprays and motherfucking bath sets all motherfucking day. $36 for 3 things. Like, bitch, that was in a motherfucking $5 oil.
Huh? What?
So the when you go to Victoria's Secret, you can get like the shower gel, the lotion, and the body spray for like $36 or something like that.
Y'all cool with that?
The bitch I was, but let me tell you, I got bitches like Kayla that probably would have like a bitch birthday. Motherfucking Christian Dior.
I just feel like,
and I said,
no. Well, I got her at perfume set because. All right, so like.
First of all, hold up. Let me correct that because this bitch just downplayed it because the perfume set. What's a perfume set, bro? That's when you got the little perfume. The bitch, you didn't do that. She bought me the full bottle of motherfucking perfume. Bitch, if you adore me, Dior me, and my sis was the first person ever Dior, bitch. She adored me and she Diored me, and I was like,
girl, I feel like everybody should experience their definition of luxury.
like, bitch,
that's a given. Like, if
let me
it
tell
makes you
you,
happy and it makes you feel luxurious and it makes you feel good, you should experience it.
let me tell you.
Luxury to me is waking up in the morning.
Listen, here's the thing. I never in my life felt like I wanted to show some. Nah, that's a lie. I always want to show people a great time. I've never had somebody that showed me a time so great that I wanted to give them more. So, even, like, that's why for me, getting on flights was like nothing. I'm like,
girl,
bitch,
let me tell you.
nothing.
I told her.
Bitch, look at me. I'm getting a flight. Bitch, we out.
Blah, blah, blah. Pay for stay and everything. She like, well, I got your flight. I'm like, girl, I didn't ask you for that, but I accepted it because I have a hard time receiving. So she's teaching me how to appreciate things that I might not be comfortable with, just like vice versa. So like for me, that was new because like I honestly never had anyone in my life go that above and beyond.
I'm like, bitch,
And
I got this flight. I'm gonna get our next one in a couple weeks. Don't worry.
And we had a blast.
We covered. Look. And I love him, but you feel me? Like that's where it comes where I do reciprocate energy, and it's not to say I feel like he loved me any less. If I was financially in a better state, bitch, I'm flying. You feel me? My whole people, even. But I know if Kayla had it in her pocket, and she had did so much before, you feel me? Had given so much to me, I was like, this don't even compare. Because there were times where I really was ready to be done with this whole life shit, and she don't even know, and she kept me from that, you feel me? And was able to pick me up and take me out, and you feel me?
Because I'll call her, well no, I won't call her, she'll call me like, I haven't heard from you for a while, so either I'm showing up or you're going to answer this phone call, and if you don't answer this phone call by X amount of time, I'm pulling up to you.
All respect, I know you just said,
friends don't do that.
Yeah, that's why I look at her like a sister, because like for me, I value my sisterhood. For me personally in my life, it's very hard.
But
I've been wowed.
But
you wowed me. Like
I was gonna say, but you've been through
I was
some.
like, oh, this girl really.
But
So
I'm
she
glad it
built
had
your
that
trust.
effect.
Before
It
you-
didn't even. I was about to say it's not even about. It wasn't
Honestly,
even
I'm
about
gonna give you a
trust.
whole buck with you.
Her. Okay, let me tell you when you gave my trust, and this is when you and shout out to Jay. I fucking love you, bitch.
Yes.
Her and Jay gave my trust the same day. I'm gonna tell you how. When I first met her and Jaya, we were in, let's just say, I ain't gonna speak too much, but let's just say it's 3 of us and it's 17 people in the room. We was the only black ones in the room. And we wasn't intentionally put on the same teams, and we wasn't trying to be put on the same teams because we know what that would look like. But there was an incident that happened where a motherfucker wanted to be Trump in one of the group assignments based on the situation we was in. And after that experience and us all seeing the one girl that was on his team and then us two that were watching him interact with, you feel me? And we knew we was all going to lunch together.
Yes.
And then we were shocked when the mommy wanted to come and the disabled Jewish girl wanted to come. We were shocked. Like we were shocked that we wasn't the only people that first peeped what was wrong with the scenario that was happening. But for me, it was also a confirmation of like-mindedness. You feel me? Like
we come from the same stock.
Yeah, we understand this is weird. These niggas is bugging, and we about to go figure out the intelligent way to put a halt to all this bullshit he on, and that's exactly what the fuck happened. But so boom, so that happened, and we have this mutual relationship. You feel me? But what I will say is times where I was not extending an arm, or maybe I wanted to, But the things I have been through with friends in the past kept me from trusting her being genuine. Where I didn't, she would reach out to me. And to me, that was God. Like, alright, bitch, you want to sit there and not know and for sure if you should. Oh, bitch, what you about to do?
What was wild is I never go that extra mile. So for me, that was like a learning experience. I'm like, I don't know what it was, but I just felt like
it was easy for me to reciprocate what I never got from anybody else.
I'm gonna keep knocking on her door, and if she don't want to be my friend, oh well, she's gonna be my friend. Like, I don't care how she feels, but she's gonna be my friend because I want to have a work friend, and I want to have a friend that I can build a bond with. Because the friends that you have are the people that you have in life. Mm-hmm. And then for me, it was just like, one, I think the truth moment was realizing that you were a Christian. So I'm like, oh, bet.
That's an easy one, right? That's an easy one.
I can have somebody that I can pray with. Two, you peep what I peep. So that discernment was on the
bullshit. Okay, you see bullshit, you call it out.
And then you were just so open and receptive. Even when you felt like you were being closed off, you were so open and receptive. I was just like, oh no, this is somebody I can trust.
So I feel like
this is somebody that I can really lean on.
I feel like trust issues can sometimes flourish in a very beneficial way.
Overall, when it comes to trust issues, like, I think life experience, your experience in life will set the standard of what makes you have trust issues. Some shit happens that can change all that, where you don't trust anybody. It can be so traumatic that you don't trust nobody anymore. Now it's like, yo, I don't care who I meet. If you talking, I think you lying. You have to back that shit up with information. Or you gotta back that shit up with results or actions and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people, and I ain't gonna hold you, I kind of told my story, but you feel me? Like, that's how that go. Like, sometimes you just have to be like that. You just have to be like that. I feel like I function better like that when I don't trust somebody out the gate.
And they earn your trust.
Yeah, they earn that shit.
But I think that also goes back to like kind of what I was like asking in general. Like, you can't cut people off just because you might not trust them. Maybe you don't trust them based on your own experiences. Like, if I would have nipped my relationship with Kayla in the bud, I would have missed out on a great relationship.
Me playing devil's advocate, though, I'm a strong believer that's what's for you is not going to pass you.
And that's true, but I'm saying
that doesn't mean that it was something in your discernment that felt like this relationship wasn't worthy. And by that, you just have to keep moving.
Or maybe God would have pushed through it and it still would have transpired despite my not being over. That's what I'm saying. For me, I feel like when it comes to trust, we do naturally as people, we base it off of our experiences, whether it's with like-minded people or people that are of a certain group or a certain type that we might have had certain experiences with. I feel like we base our trust off of that, but where it ends up is based on the relationship. It can grow from there or it can die from there, because trust can be built. We not down.
Just like love can be built.
We don't feel like just because you can't trust this person don't mean I can't trust this person. Because maybe loyalty to me is different than it is to you. Boo. And it might be because of you or me, or because they fuck with me more because of them. Like,
heart sees heart.
It might not have nothing to do with you or me. It just might be their shit fucked up, so they fuck with them more than me, whatever it may be. So I just think when it discernment, you use that word so often.
Because it's like it's so important in everything. Like, you have to have spiritual discernment, financial discernment, relational discernment. Like, if you don't trust that inner gut, like, if you don't trust yourself and you don't trust your intuition, is like, how can you expect other people to trust you?
Ever.
Like, to be honest, like, to be a friend, you have to be a friend to yourself first. So if you don't value and respect what you have and know the value that you have inside of you, how are you going to see that in other people? How are you going to experience that in other people? You're going to automatically go to the negative. So until you get to that place where you're secure in who you are, both mentally and, like, don't let nobody sway from that, like, you know what you bring to the table, you're going to deprive yourself from great experiences because of the mere fact that you don't trust yourself enough to choose the people that you have interacting with you.
Yeah.
hard.
Right.
That was hard, Kayla.
It's love for me and discernment at the end of the day. That's a hard thing to have though. And I feel like that comes from learning. It don't just come from only experiences though. And emotionally in an intelligent way understanding those experiences. We got a treat.
Oh damn, why you do that? Trust issues, right? Trust issues.
Oh, well.
For different cases, it's different blame. Some people do it for clout, and afterwards they feel shame. But look,
As you should try
love
to
your
get
enemies,
nutrients.
love your enemies, and hate your friends. Because your enemies gonna stay the same. Your friends are the ones that always change.
No, your friends are the ones that eventually show their hand.
Right, that part.
Niggas be changing, man. It's like- nah, but seriously, life experiences.
This is why I love this guy.
Life experiences set the standard to your level of trust, and the issues you have in life may affect the trust. I'm not rapping, I'm just talking.
No, we
But,
feeling it. Keep going.
You feel?
It's okay, I'm gonna pick it up. At the end of the day, like I always tell y'all, we never try to tell y'all what to think. We just try to give y'all a new way to think about things. And when it comes to trust, it could be based on your own experiences, what you may or may not have seen with that person. But my only key is when it comes to deciding who you trust and who you don't, give that person the opportunity to show you who they are. Don't be a passover though. Don't be a passover though. Because if they're showing you who they are, I also challenge you to then believe them. We like to make excuses, and that's not where we are right now. We all are trying to progress and get better and improve in all our relationships in our lives. If someone is tearing you down, it's not love. That's just the bottom line.
If I trust in you, I'm trusting that I'm showing my heart and mind. That if I trust in you, that our goals are aligned. But if they're not aligned, that just means that my trust is no longer defined. Because the truth in the moment is that a heart full of trust is worth defining.
As always, yo,